Hello, CraftyAndy here. There is a line that I hear from people that just pisses me off when it comes to those who want to be creative for a living. Be it an artist, writer, video producer, doesn't fucking matter. It's that one thing that I hear from people that really boils my shit. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to draw today. I'm not in the mood to write today. Even I find myself saying that in my head, and immediately I run to the nearest blunt object and bash myself in the face with it.
I say if you lack motivation, a seminar isn't going to help you. What you really need is to be smashed in the head 30 or 40 times with a golf club. That'll fucking motivate you. Or else it'll at least get you up and moving around the room. You know, locate your socks, shit like that.
My intention is that this little video will continue to help myself and others grow as a creative person. Don't let your mood control the things you should be doing that are worthwhile. When you say to yourself, I'm not in the mood, I want you to picture Patrick Stewart coming in your room, busting down the door.
Shield practice.
Shield practice? Gurney, we had practice this morning. I'm not in the mood.
Not in the mood. Mood's a thing for cattle and love play, not fighting.
I'm sorry, Gurney.
Not sorry enough.
Fuck being in the mood. You go to your shitty job, even if you're in the mood or not, right? You know, at the end of the day, I feel better if I work through my shitty mood and get some work done, as opposed to allowing myself to take the easy route. Watching some videos, movies, playing some video games, taking a quote-unquote break when it's more like a coma sleep. What I'm getting at is if there is a project you want done and you are not in the mood, you do it anyways in order to counter that feeling. Moods are just that, passing feelings. I find when I'm not in the mood, but still focus on a project of mine, that feeling goes away, and it goes away fucking fast. In fact, I find myself even more locked down and productive, repelling any possible distractions, and at the end of the day, I feel a hell of a lot better about myself for doing it. I don't want to hear about you not being in the mood to be creative. That's fucking horse shit. The only time it's acceptable to not be in the mood is if something dramatic happens that's out of your control. You know, like your grandma gets raped to death by an alligator, or you woke up one night to find Uncle Rooney giving you a blowjob. You know, shit like that.
Would you really have drawn my blood?
If you'd have fought one whit below your abilities, I'd have given you a good scar to remind you.
If you want to better yourself, then next time you think about drawing or writing and you are not in the mood, fucking just do it anyways, you lazy little shit. The fuck is wrong with you? You're gonna work at Wendy's till the end of time? You're gonna play with your prick a little more? I think of the comic book artists during the Depression. There was no internet or massive amounts of media to choose from in those days. You know what a small group of artists did when it came to doing a story about a superpowered fireman versus a waterman?
Fire and water. The battle of the century.
Timeless publisher Martin Goodman heard their idea on a Thursday and told Burgos and Everett to have it on his desk by Monday.
So Bill and Carl called up everyone that they knew who was involved in comics for a kind of jam session. Pages were being drawn before they were written. One guy who turned the bathroom into his office put a board across his legs and wrote in the bathtub. People who were yelling out their ideas, arguing about which would be the best way to get the job done. The neighbors went crazy, called the cops. The phone was ringing off the hook, but by Monday morning, those dozen guys had completed a 60-page book.
The first generation of comic book creators were incredibly hardworking men. They had all grown up in lower working class environments, practically without exception. The Great Depression had an awful lot to do with the fertility of comics in all of those years.
Well, you might be thinking, oh, it's not, if you force me to do it, it's not as fun. It's not as fun. Oh, it's not always going to be fun. It's about the long run here. You know, at the end of the day, what do you think is going to make you feel better? That you hustled down and got your project done despite your mood? Or to give in and just laze about the entire day or week or month or whatever? Think about that. Yeah, take some breaks, sure. But you got to get into that mindset and ask yourself, what the fuck do you want out of life? This is a little commentary from CraftyAndy. If you like this, and subscribe, and there's Patreon and all the other good stuff. So if you're not feeling in the mood right now, who fucking cares? Just get out there and get some work done.